Alright, Twitch, how we doing? I really didn't know what to play today. I was actually kind of debating whether or not to play a brand new game. I was considering maybe Neo, maybe Bloodborne. I actually started downloading Bloodborne, but it was going to take far too long. I didn't have the patience, and I think half an hour into it, I was like, I don't actually know if I want to play it. But I really want to play something today. So the idea was, let's beat one of the games I've actually started and move on. So Yakuza 4, I've played it a wee bit on stream. I don't think anyone watched it, but I know it's a difficult game to stream because there's a lot of story, there's a lot of long cutscenes. But I love the series, and I really want to play through all the games before Yakuza 7 comes out in November, which for me anyway, it's just the last third, I guess, of Yakuza 4 and Yakuza 5. It's only the only two games I need to finish. I've completed the rest of them. But before I came on, my idea was it's been a wee while since I've played Yakuza 4, and I didn't want to just jump straight back in and not remember everything that's happening. So the idea was I sat down and I thought, right, okay, I'll have a look at the the summary of the story so far, just so I know where I am. And I completely I tried to remember it all before I came on the stream, but I forgot that the Yakuza series, there's so much politics, there's so much there's just a lot of characters, and especially Yakuza 4, it's like the first game where there's multiple characters as a protagonist. So, we're 3/4, maybe 2/3 into Yakuza 4, and we've not even played as Kiryu yet. So I'm trying to remember everything that's happened, but I couldn't. So I've got Wikipedia. I really want to get my head around the story again before I jump back into it. So I've got Wikipedia open, just so I can get back into it. But let me see if I can remember as much as possible beforehand. So the game starts off with Shu Nakayama, who is a loan shark, runs a place called Sky Finance in Kamurocho, Tokyo. His way of running isn't normal for a loan shark. He doesn't extort his clients, this kind of thing. He doesn't charge any interest, and he also doesn't really care when you pay anything back. So he's a bit of an oddity around the sort of loan shark business. But yeah, basically he is an ex-bank worker who I think got framed for a robbery. He ended up getting sacked from his job, and he spent all of his money fighting in the courts for his innocence until I think he basically ran out of money. And I can't remember actually if he get. I can't remember. I don't really want to spend too much time digging into it. I can't remember if he got or spent any time in prison or whatever. But anyway, he ran out of money. Was homeless for a while, and then there was an explosion in the Millennium Tower, which happened at the end of Yakuza 1. So the end of Yakuza 1, Nishikiyama and Kiryu, they have a big fight. Bomb goes off. I can't remember exactly how much. I think it might be 100 million yen. Bang, all over the place. All over the middle of Shinjuku and Kamurocho. Akiyama managed to get quite a lot of money from all the fallen cash, and he used that to set up Sky Finance. So that's his backstory. The game starts with him being he's doing his rounds, he's doing collection day. Collection day for him isn't extorting money out of his clients. It's basically just to make sure that the people he's lent money to aren't running away. They've not left the city. They've not left the country. They've not done a runner. So I think he's visiting one of his clients, which is a Yakuza family called Kanimura. I just realised my teeth look horrible in this stream. I've had pesto for lunch, and I'm drinking a luminous green Fanta, so my teeth look horrible. On my first break, I might brush them just to make sure I get rid of that. I'm going to be really paranoid about that now. Anyway, so he visits Kanimura, and while he's there, he finds out that they're a Tojo clan, part of the Tojo clan, by the way. While he's there, he finds out there's some Seiwa Ueno clan. They are causing a ruckus at one of the nightclubs that Akiyama has an interest in. Can't remember if he owns it outright or if it's just one of his clients. Anyway, he goes down to sort it out. And while he's there, someone gets shot, I believe. Let me have a look. Causing a disturbance, hoping to prevent an incident. Akiyama beats up the two men just as Arai and his friend Kiro show. Yeah, so one of the men from the Ueno clan, Arai and Kiro, I think, are part of the Tojo clan. Arai gets shot and runs away. The guy who shoots him runs away. So Akiyama goes back to his office, Self Kamurocho, where he finds the guy who shot Arai dead behind his office. Cops show up, arrest him, think he's the murderer. One of the cops, a guy called Sugiyuchi, manages to get him off the hook, basically saying, don't get involved in the YAKUZA anymore, just go do your own thing. At this point, a woman turns up to his office looking for a loan of 100 million yen. Now, what happens with these loans is Akiyama puts them through a test. If they can pass the test, he'll give them the money, no questions asked. If they fail the test, he basically tells them to fuck off. So in this instance, the test is for this woman to work at his nightclub, hostess bar. Once again, it's a different club. This is a different hostess bar. Can't remember once again if he owns it or if he just has an interest in it because it's a client. But he basically says, if you can work at my club or my friend's club 3 nights, I'll do it this way because I can't be bothered moving. 3 nights. If you can make 3 million yen in those 3 nights, I'll give you the money. She does it, he gives him the money. Part of the reason why he gives her a relatively easy test is because she is a spitting image of the woman he was with back when he worked at the bank. So that's the first part. Second part involves Taiga Saijima, who is another Tojo clan guy who back 25 years ago, I think it was, worked with Goro Majima. His part of the story starts with a flashback, and I'm going to be a bit more. I'm left-handed, so I feel like I should be more vocal with this hand. I'll try and be more vocal with this, more animated with this hand. So Saijima is Tojo clan guy. I don't know if he runs a family or not, but anyway, they basically want a hit taken out on one of the rival gangs, and Taiga Saijima takes the blame for it essentially, and he's the one that he's the one that executes the hit, kills 15 or so guys, ends up going to prison on behalf of his boss, who is, I can't remember the name. 18 men, sorry. It was not 15. Can't remember the name of the guy. Oh, let's have a look. It doesn't say it in the Wikipedia. I can't remember the name of the guy that's Saijima's boss. But anyway, he goes to prison because he doesn't kill them all. One of the guys survives. Saijima ends up in prison for it, and he's basically put on death row. So he's transferred to an offshore prison, very high security prison off the shore of Okinawa, which when he gets there, he finds out that it's basically the last. It's basically where all the worst of the worst go. So it's where all the Yakuza go, and it's not on any maps. It's no one knows about it. It's one of these prisons where if people die, no one really notices. So Saejima gets put there. Everyone's corrupt. Obviously, the other inmates are all pretty bad Yakuza who have done pretty bad things. All the cops are corrupt. This kind of thing. So while he's there, he meets Go. What's his name? Go Hamazaki. Go Hamazaki, who is the antagonist from Yakuza 3. So Hamazaki's in prison because he tried to kill Kiryu. Failed, obviously. Saejima meets him and works with Go to try and escape. So the two of them nearly escape, but Go gets shot while they're trying to leave. And when just in his sort of dying words, he says to Saejima, if you reach the shore, go find Kiryu. He'll sort you out. So, Saejima jumps off into the water. He washes the shore. Happens to wash up on shore of the beach outside of Morning Glory, which is Kiryu's orphanage that he set up at the end of Yakuza 3. It's Haruka, sort of adopted daughter of Kiryu, that finds him. They sort him out. After a wee bit of back and forth, Kiryu ends up lending Saejima a bit of cash to go to Tokyo, to Kamurocho. The reason he wants to go there is basically, that's the reason why he wanted to escape. You know, it's 25 years, he's not spoken to anyone. I don't think anyone visited him or anything like that. So he basically wants to find out that it wasn't in vain. Like, he wants to find out that his 25 years in prison or for something. So he wants to go to Tokyo to make sure that his old boss is still alive and well, and he wants to basically make sure that his boss is running Tokyo. You know, he wants to make sure he's the big man. Because that was the whole point in it. You know, there was I think it was the Ueno clan. It must have been Ueno clan guys that he killed. You know, back in the 80s, it was the Tojo clan versus the Ueno clan. For the power of the Kamurocho area. He gets there, finds out it kind of was in vain because his boss ended up getting kicked out of the clan, become a homeless man, and he ends up finding him at the end of his part of the story, where he is pretty much done. Like, he's old, he looks demented. And I mean that in the actual sense. Like, it looks like he's suffering from dementia. You know, he doesn't really remember anything. I think he gets help from. He ends up getting help from the florist, who puts him in the right direction, and finds his boss, and he's basically a blubbering idiot. You know, he can't. Well, I don't even think he's blubbering. He can't speak. And there's that sort of bittersweet happy ending where at the end of it he recognizes Saejima, and I think his dying words are Saejima. He says his name, obviously recognizes him. So he's happy enough that, like, Saejima's happy, he's got that closure there. End of part 2. Part 3 is Tanimura. Can't remember his first name, it's a bit of a long one. Masayoshi Tanimura, who is a cop in Kamurocho, who is the guy I'm playing as right now. So basically, his story is that he's a bit of a corrupt cop as well. He shakes down a lot of the local gangs and stuff, and uses the money he gets from them to put into the Little Asia community, which is full of illegal immigrants. So he ends up getting put onto a case where I think he needs to find a woman who is being trafficked. Basically, there's a lot of trafficking going on in the Asian community, and Tanimura is looking for one of these women that's being trafficked. finds a woman called Lily, who is the woman he's looking for, and it turns out she is the sister of Saejima. So she's basically looking, I think, let me try and remember the story, I'll have to double check it again. I think the clan have gotten word that Saejima's back in the country, back in the city, and wants him dead. Lily / Saejima, his sister, has worked out a deal with the people wanting him dead. I think as well they're looking for Lily to get to Saejima, even though Lily's looking for Saejima himself. So, if I remember correctly, Saejima's sister wants to pay off the Tojo clan looking to kill Saejima. Basically saying, if I get $100 million yen, can you back off? He's like, cool. So Lily is looking for 100 million yen, which is obviously where Akiyama comes into play, and that's why she's going to see Akiyama at the start of the game. Now, what then happens is Tanimura, because he's a good guy, you know, he's corrupt, but he's a good guy. He's what he wants to basically do is find the Yakuza responsible and basically say, take the 100 million yen, but leave her alone. And leave Saejima alone. I think he goes to hand over the 100 million and he gets, you know, jumped. And that's basically where I am now. So I've still got the 100 million yen, but I need to give it to somebody, but I can't remember who it was. Let me just have a look here. So, oh yeah, we also find out the guy looking to kill Saejima is actually the person that was responsible for the deaths of 18 men, sorry. It wasn't actually Saejima. Saejima was framed and put in prison for 25 years. It was actually this other guy. So yeah. There's a lot of shit happening in this game. A lot of shit happening in the Yakuza series in general, but there seems to be a lot more happening in this game compared to the others because there's so many different protagonists. So let me just have a quick look at the Tanimura section just so I've got an idea of where we're sitting. I'll just read this verbatim. Detective Masayoshi Tanimura, dirty cop who uses the money he collects to support the local illegal Asian immigrant community, is assigned to investigate the circumstances surrounding Ihara's murder. So Ihara is the guy that was murdered at the start of the game as well, that Akiyama, just say Akimura, that Akiyama was arrested for. He finds Taiga's sister Yasuko, who is Lily from the start of the game, and manages to rescue her from the Shibata family of the Tojo clan, but he also learns that the family patriarch is working with Arai and was the one responsible for setting up the 1985 hit, with help from Katsuragi, who was promoted to lieutenant of the clan as a result. So this is why this kind of relates back to Saejima's framing. He obviously took the hit. Saejima's boss kind of took the hit as well, but it was really these guys looking to take control of the Tojo clan. Arai shoots the patriarch under Katsuragi's orders and flees. Yasuko reveals that Tanimura's father, who was on the task force investigating the hit, wanted to meet with her and then disappeared. She admits being coerced into killing Shibata's men by Katsuragi, who promised to have her brother's case re-examined if she eliminates certain targets or gave him 100 million yen. So that's where the 100 million comes from. Tanimura arranges a meeting with Katsuragi to give him the money the next day, and Katsuragi denies that the Ueno hit is connected to his father's murder. Katsuragi reveals that he was responsible for the 18 murders and orders his men to kill Tanimura. Sugiyuchi comes back. China 2 with the raid of a party of 7, just as I am about to jump into a game of Yakuza 4. How you doing, mate? And how are the raiders doing? More importantly, oh god, my Elgato's fucked up already. Let me get this set up. Sicko mode. How was the stream, brother? You get any further in your quest? I don't know what the Street Fighter ranks are, and I'd be making an idiot of myself if I pretended to know what the ranks in Street Fighter look like. Let me bring this volume up a little bit before I load the game. Didn't realize you streamed for 5 hours. Well, when I came on the stream, that was about 3 hours ago. Probably, actually, it was morning, I think. Yeah, that was a long ass stream.
Oi.
So I'm still trying to get my head around. It's been a long time since I've played the game, but I really want to finish it. So my idea here is to remember what the fuck the story is like, because it's Yakuza 4 story is fucking all over the place. So basically what's happened here is Katsuragi's obviously declined the money, and I think Tanimura is about to take it back to Saijima's sister, who maybe might take it back to Akiyama. Last match of the stream had me getting battered by one of the best players in the UK. Oh, mate, I need to watch it later. When you say battered, did you mean like 2-0 battered, yeah? Double perfect? Ah, there we go. So we're skipping Lily. We're just going straight back to Akiyama to give him back the 100 million. At least you got some practice with them. When you say one of the best players in the UK, like legitimately one of the best, or like just really better, like much better than you? I fucking hate, by the way, walking through Little Asia in this game because the camera is awful and the hallways are so narrow. Right, where the fuck am I going? Oh my god. Right, here we go. Down the stairs. There's the exit. Finally. Actual pro. Oh, amazing. Hey, at least you got to face him. It would have been sick if you got even a round victory though. Right, where the fuck are we going? Back to Sky Finance. You can totally tell this is an actual, like, I'm playing the remastered version on the PS4, but you can totally tell this is originally a PS3 game because the camera is so sensitive. It's really daunting going back to this after, you know, playing so many PS4 games that are all about the whole cinematic views and all that pish. You've won against them before, but too tired now. Well, you should have had another fucking coffee, man. How many coffees did you have? I love, by the way, that every major event that happens in Yakuza, doesn't matter if it's Yakuza 4 or whatever, seems to always happen in this alleyway. Like 3. You should be fucking buzzing. Or have you totally crashed?
Oi, 誰かいないか?
どちらさん?
あんた、秋山さんか?
そうですけど。
あ? あんた、どこかで。
あんた、この前の。
Alright, so earlier in the game, Akiyama got arrested for this guy's murder just by happening to be outside. And obviously, Tanimura's the guy that arrested him before he was let out.
リリちゃんのこと? どうしてあんた、リリちゃんの名前を?
mean, I'll take 100 million yen if no one else is taking it. Ah, of course. So that's why Lily's gone. So basically, Lily's trying to clear her brother's name with 100 million yen. She's now gone to fucking Okinawa to go get him. But her brother Saijima's already back in fucking Tokyo. He hasn't really fallen in love with her. She just looks remarkably similar to his ex-girlfriend from like 10 years ago.
Moshi.
'Of course, the issue with so many characters in such a game that I've not played in really well is that there are actually characters here I cannot fucking remember who they are. Like Kiro, I vaguely remember. I'm pretty sure he's like the young guy from the Kanimura family.
ああ。
Of course, that's the other overlap that I've completely forgotten. So Tanimura's dad was also a cop, and he was the one looking into the investigation after the Saejima incident back in 1985. It's all connected, and it's beautiful when it all comes back together like this.
裏でつながっていた桂木の命令であのドンパチ事件を作為的に起こしていたとしたら、
まあ桂木は柴田と共謀して登場会を乗っ取ろうとしていた。
そこにリリちゃんの殺人だ。桂木は共謀していたはずの柴田を裏切り、さらに25年前の事件の真相を知る人間を消そうとした強引なやり方でな。だがどうして今になってそこまでする必要があった？ 今までも殺そうと思えば殺せたはずだ。なのになぜ今。
焦っていた。
そう、桂木は焦っていた。ドンパチ事件が起こる前に何とかして25年前のことを知る人間を殺す必要があった。どうしてだ。
ていたからか。桂木を裏で操っている人間に。
その人間ってのは
25年前の真実が公になってはならない人間。事件をもみ消そうとした警察の連中か。
そういうことになる。警察内部に裏切り者がいるってことだな。
I mean, that's obvious. Every police group, every group in this game is corrupt to some extent.
三島って男に会ってみ
Even
る。
Tanimura himself's pretty corrupt.
その価値はあると思うけど。
おい、俺が行こう。だが罠を張る。
He's kind of like chaotic good, kind of like corrupt, but he's still corrupt.
その三島ってのが。
Oh, no worries, brother. I wasn't really planning on streaming to anyone in particular today anyway. I just wanted to play this game and fire it up on YouTube once I'm done.
なら三島の存在は
Yeah, cheers for the wee raid, man, and I'll speak to you soon.
警察の裏切り者にとっても邪魔なはずだ。
なるほどね。わざと警察に三島との接触を報告して裏切り者をあぶり出すってことか。危険な賭けになるぞ。覚悟はできてんのか。
なあ、俺にとってこの山は自分の人生そのものなんだ。
Mishima, I actually cannot remember who this Mishima character is. Let me consult the very large list of characters on Wikipedia. Right, that's not Mishima. Mishima's going to be somewhere. Here we go. Yutaka Mishima. Ihara's underling, with whom he created a disturbance in Elnard, which was the club at the start of the game. When Akiyama arrives at the club, Mishima attempts to attack Akiyama after ignoring his warnings, but is knocked out, and Ihara is forced to fight alone. After his defeat, Mishima is in a room adjacent to the Seiwa clan's main office and by chance overhears a phone call announcing Ihara's death. Realizing his life is in danger, Mishima goes into hiding. Tanimura offers to take him into police protection, planning to root out the traitor within the police force. So, I think I may have just read a little spoiler, but perhaps not. Let's go see what his deal is. Meet Mishima at the pier. So obviously we're not going to go there by cop car, that's just going to be silly. Speak of the devil, I was downloading Bloodborne earlier, but I decided against it. Actually, why is that downloading? Let's cancel that download for now. Jesus. Oh, no. Pause. Let's go straight to the docks. It's not asking me to save beforehand, so can't imagine there's too much drama happening right now. Ah, yeah. Vaguely remember this guy.
お前が保護してもらいたがっているって話を聞いてやってきた。
ああ、あんたがそうか。
お前が上の清和会の三島だな。
そうだ。いいよ。そうだ。
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't recall seeing this in the game earlier. The whole phone call thing, but... Lesson learned, don't get involved in the YAKUZA.
このままじゃ俺は上の世話に殺されちまう。刑務所でもどこへでも行くから俺を助けてくれ。
分かった。とりあえず俺のアジトまで来い。警察で保護の体制が整うまでの間、そこでしばらく。
I don't think he's going anywhere.
あんたは杉内さん。
Now bear in mind, Sugiyuchi's been pretty good cunt so far. It's because all of his previous shoes are blood-soaked.
そこまでだ。
Oh shit.
これは
Guy's not a brilliant cop if he's letting this happen.
お前が上の清和会の葛城と内通していたことは割れている。無駄な抵抗はやめておとなしく投降しろ。
くそ。
杉内さん、もう終わりにしましょう。
やっぱりお前ら何にも分かっちゃいねえよ。
杉内さん、
てめえらごときがな、俺の正体知ったとこで結局何にもできやちなんだ。じゃあ
動くな。
撃てんのかよ須藤さんよ。ここで撃ったらあんた終わりだ。日本の警察ってのはな、撃てねえんだよ。そうだろ。
Go on, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong.
一課長、何してるんですか。命令を。
これが警察って組織がひしこいて守ってる正義ってやつだ。お前にも分かったか。じゃあな。
俺は撃てるぜ。
谷村。
法律がどうこうって問題じゃねえ。要はこれが俺の警察官としての正義だ。
Does that revolver have 5?
谷村、お前やっぱり見込みがある男だぜ。
They're not usually 6 on a
現場で30
revolver.
年近くデカやってる俺が言ってんだ。間違いねえよ。
それはありがたいね。
分かった。それじゃあお前の正義ってやつがどこまで本気なのか味わしてもらおうか。
待て。杉内。
じゃあな谷村。
くそ。
I don't think there's going to be like a chase scene here, like an actual playable one, but there is a couple of Yakuza games where there's like badass fucking fights on the car in the cars. Oh fuck, there is as well. Jesus. Right, okay, controls. Shoot, attack. That's all I care about. Quick attack, I assume, is like a melee. Cool. Oh, I'm really bad at. Oh, quick attack's like a ramming attack. Oh shit, I'm awful at this. Oh, there we go. That's what I like to see. Oh shit. The awkward thing is, I fucking love these games. I really, really love these games. You see, when you have any part of the game that isn't running around and battering people, it's quite awkward. The engine isn't the best for these types of gameplay. Ah, too far away. Ooh. I'm trying to work out whether or not I should be just hitting triangle at every chance I can get, or if like that reticle moving about there we go. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know. Oh, I missed him. This minigame isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Bastard. Don't shoot me, you bastard. Oh, come on. This is a long way to the fucking shore. Yeah, I think as long as the reticle's red, you get a hit. I love that. Oh shit. I love that the ramming attack actually does more damage to him than shooting him. Oh, come on. Oh no. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, let me go away. There we go. Oh, come on. This is it, surely. There we go. Like 25,000 bullets later. It's going to annoy me. When I was mentioning the revolver earlier, I mentioned I had 5 instead of 6. What's the word I'm looking for? It's got 5. It's like a 6-cylinder, but you would load, if you were saying you were loading the gun, you would load up, it would have 6 rounds? I don't know. I don't know guns at all. Ah, of course it was. It's not a Yakuza cutscene if everyone loses their gun. Oh, okay. I thought we were going to get a nice wee hand-to-hand melee. Oh, maybe I will. That'd be pretty. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight. Oh, it is. It's a boss battle while stuck in handcuffs. Right. Okay. This will be interesting. I don't imagine it's all Oh, okay, there we go. So I say, I don't imagine it's all quick time events. That'll be because all bets are off. Shit, shit, shit. Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's the other issue with the Yakuza games. They all have, because they're all slightly different characters, and their fuck's sake, their battle styles are all a little bit different. It's oh no. They all play slightly differently, which means that it's sometimes a pain in the arse to get the hang of it again. There we go. See, I'm pretty sure. Oh shit! I can't remember which one it is. It must be inside you. There's one that can actually grab from the ground. Oh shit! Oh hey, was that the big Vitus? The big Vitus? Yeah, boss fights are always a pain in the arse in these games. It's mostly a case of doing the same thing over and over again and looking for the same window of opportunity. Well, this is actually the first battle I've had. I've not even had a proper normal fight since I've started playing this again, so this is probably the worst time for me to relearn the controls, as it were. Right, let me just at least use an item. I don't care about heat right now. Yeah, we'll go for the Stamina. Staminan, even. You bastard. Of course I'm going to lose my fucking heat action. Yeah, just try to remember the bloody controls here. Remember his fucking stances and his actual actions. Oh, I don't even have enough fucking heat to actually do anything there. There we go. Oh shit. Like, I was absolutely mashing the X button there. How the fuck did he manage to get a bear hug out of that? Still manages it. Right, okay. This is unbelievably annoying. This is annoying as well, because even usually you can get it must be Saijima that you can grab on the ground. Oh shit. But I wasn't even able to get a triangle move while he was on the deck there. Alright, looks like we're using another health item. Toughness is easy. Nearly fucking lost that one. Oh, this is so infuriating. I've only done. I don't even think he had 2 full health bars. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think it's just getting that timing down really for him. Come on, finally some heat. Hey, Bing Bong, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Come on. Streaming a bit earlier today. It's a Saturday. It's yeah, Saturday. I have nothing planned, so I was actually planning on coming on a bit earlier than I even did today, but you know, a little bit of housework and stuff to do. Actual real life shit. How you been anyway? How's your weekend treating you? Ah, you bastard. Come on. There we go. Bastard. Right, nearly there. See, I not get too cocky with this. Here we go. Oh, how the fuck did he avoid that? Oh, fuck's sake. Doing good, going to get a drawing tablet to use. Hyped for that. Oh shit, I missed that one as well. Better use the health. I should have probably used the health before I read that. Doing good, going to get a drawing tablet to use, so I'm hyped for that. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. It's another really warm day today. Fortunately, it's not as humid. It's just really dry, so I'm feeling a little bit better about it being warm, but still couldn't be arsed going outside today. I'll maybe do that tomorrow. I figured, you know, it's not often I get a full day to play a video game again, so I planned on coming on maybe around about lunchtime, but then I ended up having other shit to deal with. It only came on maybe about an hour ago. But no, it's been a pretty chill day so far. It's actually more chill than it probably could have been, because my intention... Oh, there we go. Finally got a fucking triangle move on the ground. Yeah, my intention today was to maybe play Bloodborne or something like that, which would have just stressed me the fuck out. Oh, look at that. That probably took a lot longer than it should have. I get the feeling as well this is the end of Tanimura as part of the game, so I'm just getting the hang of his fighting style again. I'm going to end up having to play another character. But yeah, I think Yakuza 7's out in November, so my intention is to play the rest of the games before it does. So I've only got this one to finish, and Yakuza 5. I beat Yakuza 6 a couple of years ago, or whenever it came out. So just filling in the gaps of the Yakuza series storyline before the new one comes out.
なんで警察官が警察官を殺さなきゃならねえんだよ。
だから言ったじゃないか。違うんだって。俺はな、そもそも警察官じゃねえ。
I'm going to have to open that window a bit further. It's absolutely boiling here.
極道なんだよ。
どういうことだ。
俺と桂木がな、そっちの世界でいうとこの兄弟、つまり親友ってことだ。
なんだって。
Not a fan of 5. I see that opinion a lot actually online, but I've yet to play it, so I don't have that opinion yet. I'd say Yakuza 4 so far has probably been my least favourite of the games. But I think it's probably due to the fact that I've yet to play as Kiryu, so...
YAKUZA? そうだ。じゃあ、25年前の上野義晴襲撃事件の真犯人が桂木だということを俺の親父が知ってしまったから あんたは親父を殺したのか。
Played it on PS3 and it ran bad, so I guess the remasters help with that. Yeah, to be honest with you, Yakuza 4 and 5 I've actually had them to play for a long time. Yakuza 4 was actually the very first one I played because it was free on PlayStation Plus years ago back on PS3, as was Yakuza 5, so I've had them, I just never ever really got around to playing them. I think it's because Yakuza 3 was so difficult to get, and I didn't want to play the fourth one because it was the fourth one, you know. So the first game I played a wee bit of 4, but then I kind of stopped. I think at the end of Saejima's storyline. So after like part 2 of the game, and then I ended up buying and playing Yakuza 0 when that came out, and then I've basically just played through the rest of the series from there. I think I played 0, then Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, then I played Yakuza 6, and then when the remasters came out, that's when I then went back to play them. So I've beaten Yakuza 3, of course, and then playing now through the PS4 version of Yakuza 4.
俺はまだ生きてんのか。なんだこりゃ。
ゴム弾ですよ。死ぬほどじゃないですが、威力は相当なもんだったでしょう。
桂木、お前何言ってる。
桂木、てめえ何して。
They really butcher the Saejima story with this rubber bullet business. Yeah, I was thinking that. Because obviously, just before this kind of part, you find out that Saejima didn't actually kill them. And I remember thinking to myself, how the fuck could... surely Saejima would have known that he didn't kill them. But it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, like, Katsuragi's the one that's actually killed them, but the intention was for Saejima to kill them anyway, so... I don't really know the significance of it being Katsuragi being the one to kill them rather than Saejima. The end result's the same, it's just that Saejima didn't have the right bullets for it.
兄弟、終わったのか。
ああ、俺もちゃんと入院しねえとな。
Speaking of the PS3 games, though, it's kind of funny because you know, Yakuza's turned into one of those series where I prefer to have the physical copy, and I bought the day one version of the remastered collection, which comes with an empty PS3 box for Yakuza 5, which never got a physical release here in the UK. But now that I've got that, I feel the need. I then felt the need to buy Yakuza 3 and 4 on PS3 as well, so I ended up spending 20 odd quid on them. Even though I've already... Oh, Yakuza 3 I would never play the original version because it was butchered. And Yakuza 4 I've already got on the PS3 digitally. The main characters have to be redeemable saints, I guess. Yeah, definitely. But it's hard to be redeemable. It's hard for Saejima to be redeemable anyway, considering up to this moment he still thought that he killed them, and his intention was to kill them.
ご苦労だったな。
いえ、これが自分の仕事ですから。
ほう。嘘の報告書を書くことがかね。
何のことでしょう
So
か。
maybe it's explained elsewhere, but I don't understand why Katsuragi couldn't have just got Saejima to kill them all in the first place, and then he could have got away with the whole thing.
この程度の報告書で私の目をごまかせるとでも思ったのかね。あの狭い店内、犯人の冴島が20人もの組員とやり合うにはかなり無茶な乱闘になったはずだ。当然冴島も抵抗を受けただろう。それなのに死んだ18人は皆すべて正確に頭を撃ち抜かれている。この冴島という男はよほど射撃に手慣れた鉄砲玉だったんだろうね。 さらに検視の報告を見ると面白いことがわかる。事件当日、組員たちは防弾チョッキを身につけていなかった。不用心にもね。そして頭を撃ち抜かれた組員たちは全員体にゴム弾を被弾したような傷があった。君も知ってるだろう？警察がボート鎮圧用に試験開発した特殊な弾が。
Try not to be too bothered by the main story in these games. Not really a fan of the melodrama tropes and constant fake outs. See, yeah, I understand that. I'm a big fan of the main stories, as ridiculous as they can be. It's like when I came on at the stream, I spent the first 20 minutes of the stream trying to remember the lead up to where I was and trying to unravel what had happened so far. But yeah, I can understand that it's maybe a bit too convoluted, I think, for a lot of folk, because it does get pretty fucking weird. And a lot of coincidences happen in the games. But I'm pretty sure it's that standard. It's a very Japanese style of storytelling, so I don't really mind it too much. But yeah, the side stories are fantastic in the games.
杉内君、この事件、私の推測では、桂木という男が仕組んだことだったのではないかと思う。どうかね。
Some of the smaller characters are some of the best characters in the games. I always pop when I see what's his name, Buster Holmes. Whenever he turns up in the Coliseum, that's brilliant. Gary Buster Holmes.
杉内君、一つ君に頼みがある。
頼み？
私に桂木勲を引き合わせなさい。そうすれば今回のこの事件、君の報告書通りの結末にするが、どうだね。
It's one of those series though that there are so many characters that, you know, not everyone's going to like everyone, but there's a couple of characters that it's very easy to become attached to.
今の警視庁副総監の。
ああ。俺らのバックには。
Like Tanimura, I'm not a huge fan of.
中田副総監がいる。
Akiyama, I think he's got ounces of personality.
お前も分かっただろう。敵は果てしなく強大な存在だ。はあ、これで楽になった。30年だ。30年も偽りの自分を演じてきたんだ。誰にも話せず、誰にも理解されずにな。この苦しみがお前に理解できるか？
あんた。
俺は一体何がしたかった？
Characters that are only around for one game tend to be a little bland. Yeah. I think it's the biggest issue. I think is it's sometimes really easy to work out who's going to be only in this game. For all the fake outs and twists in the game, it can sometimes be pretty easy to work out who's going to get killed.
お前はいいな。デカとして生きられて。
But I do feel like even when it is predictable who's going to die, I do feel like they do a pretty decent story, like a decent job of telling that story. So like Nishikiyama, for example, in the first game, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, he's one of the bigger main characters, I suppose, in the first game. So it's a little bit different, but you know, I think they did a fucking cracking job of setting him up. But then that might also be because I played Yakuza 0 first, so I kind of knew a lot more about him and was more attached to him because of his relationship with Kiryu in the first game. Oh, in the 0 game, I guess.
お前みたいに悩んで、苦しんで、走って、力いっぱいデカやってみたかったな。
杉内さん。
逮捕しろよ。お前は自分の力で父親の敵捕まえたんだ。どうした？
一つ教えてくれ。
うん。
宗像の目的ってのは何だ？宗像はあんたや葛城を使って何をしようとしているんだ？
お前の目的は俺を捕まえることだろう。それは達成できたんだ。これ以上は知らない方がいい。
ダメなんだよ。それじゃダメだって親父が言ってる気がするんだ。まだ事件は
Like I don't really remember.
だから俺は
It's hard to tell because obviously I played them later. I played the later games, or one of the later games, I guess, before.
日本の警察すべてを敵に
But I
回す。
don't remember Tanimura being in Yakuza 6 at all.
親父の死の真相を知るために
And for some reason I doubt he's in Yakuza 5.
覚悟はできてる。
So I see what you mean. If that is the case, I can agree with you. With Tanimura, his personality is a little bit on the bland side, compared to like Saejima and Akiyama, who are obviously in the later games as well. He's definitely the worst of the four, I think. Obviously, I know he plays Kiryu later on as well, who's obviously the greatest character in the series, but yeah, the other two, even though I'm pretty sure Saejima was introduced in Yakuza 4, and of course Akiyama was, the other two are much better than Tanjiro.
杉内さん。杉内さん、しっかりしろ。
谷村、
何ですか？
俺だけじゃないんだ。裏切り者は。
え？裏切り者？
There's always another one.
杉内さん、杉内さん。
これでようやく楽になれる。ありがとうな。
杉内さん、目を開けろ。杉内、杉内。
そうか。杉内が死んだか。
ええ。命令通り始末しました。ええ。二人ともです。
Whole bloody division's corrupt, isn't it?
谷村の身の回りの事実を知る人間を始末します。
Who'd have thought the old man did it? I will admit, this is actually a bit of a surprise to me. Even though I do remember thinking to myself, they're giving him a lot of screen time at the start. For someone who doesn't really seem to be doing an awful lot. Damn. Of course, everybody dies. Everybody dies. That's part 3 finished. We are just about to start part 4, which means we are about to see Kiryu Kazuma. At last. I don't know how many hours I've played. But pretty sure anyone who played this has been playing it just for this part. Oh, is that Go? Did he end up surviving? Oh shit.
どうしたんだ、はるか。
よ、久しぶりだな。
お前、浜崎。
The man who helped Saejima escape prison, and the main antagonist of Yakuza 3. See what he's got to say. Who we of course all thought died during the Saejima episode.
すまねえな。迷惑かけちまって。あの子は
Kiryu is selfless as usual.
はるかか。あいつはあんたのことが嫌いなんだろ
う。なるほどな。まあ、無理もね
え。ところで浜崎、お前、脱獄してきたのか。どうして脱獄なんかしたんだ。そんなことをしてもまた罪を重くするだけだ。そうだろう。何日か前、冴島という男がここを訪れた。
I do enjoy that both of them happen to wash up on shore, right next to Kiryu's orphanage. This is one of those coincidences I was meaning earlier. Like out of everywhere in Okinawa, everywhere in Japan, the tide happened to take both of them to the same beach.
それで冴島はどうした？ちゃんとカムロ町には行けたのか？
ああ、向かった。その後無事にたどり着いたかまではわからないがな。
そうか。そうか。
お前、あの冴島って男とはどういう関係なんだ？
兄弟だ。奴は俺の兄弟分だ。
兄弟？
キル、あんたにどうしても頼みがある。
何してるんだお前。
俺は兄弟を男にしてやりてえ。だから頼む。俺の最初で最後の頼み聞いてくれ。ああ。
Ah, so that's who it was. It was the actual Ueno-san himself. once again, go back to what we're saying about how the prison they were in, basically off the map, where the worst of the Yakuza go. Maybe not the worst of them, just the ones they don't want to fucking deal with in their normal prisons. It's one of the biggest problems I have with Yakuza usually. It's the retelling of stories over and over and over again. You know, we've kind of heard the story back when we were playing Saijima's chapter, but in this case, I'm definitely going to let it off because so much has happened in this game that I actually completely forgot about all this stuff with Majima ditching him and all that. Despite the fact there was a huge scene at the end of Saijima's part of the game where the two of them interact, and you know, he's the big boss of the Saijima saga. I'm assuming we'll very quickly meet Lily, who'll be in Okinawa to find her brother, despite the fact he's now up in Tokyo.
What?
俺が脱獄した後、サツとの取引に使おうとしていたブツだ。沖縄第二刑務所なんて限りなく非合法に近い施設が生まれた経緯と、その資金面での金の流れが書かれている。
これは。
そうだ。今から5年前、あんたも関係したあの登場界の消えた100億事件。実はあの事件で動いていたあの金も、沖縄第二刑務所設立の裏資金となるはずの金だったんだ。
And of course, this is where it all comes full circle. Not just the game, but the whole series, and that's the money Akiyama used to start up Sky Finance. I do appreciate the idea that this whole record of where the 10 billion went is just lying around in the prison, you know.
なあ、これを見てくれ。俺らがいなくなっちまった登場会で今とんでもねえことが起こってるんだ。俺はな、桐生、あんたにもう一度あの町の頂点に立ってもらいてんだよ。そうじゃなきゃ俺たちが命かけてきた登場会がなくなっちまうんだ。
Series is a nice allegory for just life in general, though, isn't it? Where everything just seems to be controlled by a higher power, and even the higher powers that seem to be in control of that are controlled by an even higher power. Basis of all good conspiracy theories. These are, of course, some of the other children that live with Kiryu in the orphanage. I actually remember a lot of Yakuza 3 is spent in this orphanage. I think it's a bit tedious after a while.
浜崎さんだ。俺の昔からの知り合いで。
ダメ！近寄らないで！
はるか姉ちゃん。
この子たちに近づかないで。
はるか、
おじさんは黙ってて。私はね、この人のこと許したわけじゃないの。おじさんは忘れたの？この浜崎って人は1年前おじさんのこと刺したんだよ。私、それ目の前で。
What's a stabbing between friends, you know?
そうだよな。俺は悪党だもんな。
浜崎。
悪かったな、はるかちゃんよ。その子たちに近づこうとして。
はるか、もういいだろ。
よくない！いいわけないじゃない！おじさんは本当に浜崎って人のこと信用してるの？
ああ、してるよ。
もういい。もう私、おじさんがどうなっても知らないから。
I mean, whatever happens, you know, Kiryu at least makes it another 3 games, so, or another 2 games, I should say. So I think we're okay. We're okay to trust the man. Let me just actually, how long have I been playing this? Excuse me. Stats. 12 hours. 13 hours. More what? 3/5 through the game. Alright, what are we up to here? I'm guessing I don't have any abilities to make Kiryu any better just yet. Of course, Haruka is sobbing on the beach. Poor Haruka, by the way, like, she has probably lived the worst life of anyone in the whole series.
桐生は東京へは行かない。
You know, like,
それに俺も
Haruka's what, maybe
ここを出て
9 or 10 years old in this game.
浜崎
She lost both her parents in the first
もう
game.
決めたんだ。
She's been
俺は
kidnapped.
冴島に真実が
She's
伝
seen
わる
people
やつ
die. She's seen people stabbed.
それは他の誰かに頼むでしょう。
You know, she's seen
だから
Yakuza destroy her home.
あのファイルのことは忘れてくれ。あんたにはここでの新しい生活があるんだろう。
でもそれじゃお前が
心配すんな。俺は結構しぶとい。獄中で冴島の帰りをゆっくり待つとするよ。
浜崎
Although it might have had our differences, but you deserve a proper send-off. Let me take you to the police station where you'll remain behind bars and potentially end up in on death row. Not quite yet. The fact that I'm given the choice kind of makes me feel like there's something I can do here. Oh, this is the one thing I hate about the remasters. You play any PS4 game these days, options button tends to be like a pause, and the menu button tends to be that big giant button in the middle here, the touchpad. It's not like that in this game. It's not like that in Yakuza 3, and I imagine it's not like that in Yakuza 4 either. You press this button, return to title screen. No. Why the fuck would I ever want to do that? See these return to title screen things, like, it's so easy to accidentally press these buttons. It should be like hidden behind this options menu, you know, like this fire it at the bottom here, where you've got to go into the menu, hit options, select exit game, and then it'll ask you again for confirmation. I don't actually think there's anything here, so let's just go into Okinawa. here's Lily. Another coincidence.
同じです。とにかくもうお引き取りください。
ちょっと待ってください。
I feel like it'd be slightly more believable if it was more along the lines of like Lily finding Kiryu because like how Saejima did, where it was like, you know, find Kiryu, tell him I sent you, you know.
ちょっと警察署